here we are talking about breathing. Why? Because respiration involves taking in air and exhaling out air. Okay, this is a very natural process. We know already what is breathing. What is breathing? Breathing is a process of inhalation and exhalation. What is inhalation? Inhalation means taking in air into our body, and that air that we are taking inside our body will be rich in oxygen. I am not saying that the air that we are taking inside our body contains only oxygen. Here I am telling that air is rich in oxygen. Along with oxygen, it also contains some other gases. It depends upon you that in which area you are living. If you are living in a village, then the amount of or the percentage of oxygen will be more because you will be surrounded with more trees. Okay, if you are living in a metropolitan cities, then the amount of oxygen will be slightly less than to that of village, because there the pollution level will be more. Okay, so that's why it is recommended to plant trees around our house. So whenever we are inhaling air, we are inhaling oxygen rich air. That process is called as inhalation. Okay, inhalation is a process of taking oxygen rich air into our body. Then we will expel out carbon dioxide. That process is known as exhalation. This is a very natural process, and you all know inhalation is a process of taking in air, and exhalation is a process of throwing out air to the atmosphere. So whenever we are talking about inhalation, or whenever we are talking about inhaling air, means we are inhaling oxygen rich air, and whenever we are talking about exhalation or expelling out air, then we are talking about carbon dioxide rich air. Okay, so let us discuss about inhalation and exhalation, and the process of inhalation and exhalation combinedly known as breathing. Okay, so we can write breathing is a process of taking in oxygen rich air and exhaling out carbon dioxide rich air, or simply we can write breathing is a process of inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so let us discuss about inhalation and exhalation in details. So here I have written some points for inhalation and exhalation. Let us compare the points of inhalation and exhalation. So here in the first point I have written rib cage moves upward and outward. If you all have remembered, already I said that a bone cage surrounds our lungs, which protects our lungs, and that bone cage is called what? Rib cage. Okay, already we have done in the diagram, if you all have remembered. Okay, just I am doing a very rough diagram. Okay, so rib cage is a bone that surrounds the lungs, or which protects the lungs. Okay, we can also feel the bones of our rib cage. Okay, if you will touch near your chest portion, then you can feel the bones that are only the rib cage. Okay, you can easily find it in the skeletals. Okay, so rib cage surrounds the lungs. Okay, it protects the lungs. So here in the first point, what I have written, rib cage moves upward and outward. Once you try inhale the air, after inhaling, what you can find, your rib cage moves slightly outward and upward. Okay, rib cage moves slightly upward and outward. Okay, so when you inhale air, what happened? Rib cage moves upward and outward, slightly up and slightly out. Okay, it will move slightly upward and slightly outward. Okay, when we breathe or when we inhale air. What happened in exhalation? Rib cage moves down and inward. The same process you just repeat. After inhalation, you just exhale out air. What happened? What you can notice? Rib cage moves little down and little inward. Okay, so this is Like this we can compare inhalation and exhalation. Again I am repeating. In inhalation, rib cage moves slightly upward and outward. In exhalation, rib cage moves slightly downward and inward. Okay, you can repeat the process. Okay, inhalation and exhalation process you can repeat and you can find the difference. Okay, the next step, diaphragm moves down. We cannot feel the movement of diaphragm, but here we can notice that in inhalation what happens to the diaphragm and in exhalation what happens. In inhalation, diaphragm moves down. Where is the diaphragm? Already we have discussed. Diaphragm is present here. This is the diaphragm. Okay, it holds or it supports the rib cage and the lungs. Okay, diaphragm is at the down. If you all have remembered, we have discussed it in the parts of respiratory system. So during inhalation, diaphragm moves down. Okay, diaphragm moves slightly down or almost flattened structure. Okay, you can find in inhalation. This one also you can write in difference. In inhalation, the shape of diaphragm is almost flat because it moves down. But what happened in exhalation? Diaphragm moves up. Okay, when we exhale means during inhalation the diaphragm is somehow like this, and during exhalation the diaphragm is like this. Okay, somehow flattened in structure. This shape is called dome shape. Okay, dome shape. Here this one flattened shape, this one dome shape. Okay, so here during inhalation the shape of diaphragm will be flattened, and during exhalation the shape of diaphragm will be dome shape. Means during inhalation diaphragm moves down, and during exhalation diaphragm moves up. Why? Because when we are inhaling, as I said, the rib cage will move outward. So when it moves outward, it will push. When we are inhaling means we are taking a lot of air inside. So when our lungs will be filled with air, it will push diaphragm down. That's why diaphragm will be pushed down. But what happened in exhalation? When we exhale out air, diaphragm will move up so that it will press the lungs up and we can exhale carbon dioxide out. Okay, detail about this we will read in the process of breathing. Okay, so now just remember, in inhalation diaphragm moves down and in exhalation diaphragm moves up. Okay, next, volume of chest increases. Volume of chest increases. You can notice whenever you are inhaling, if you are wearing a very tight dress, then when you are inhaling you will feel more tighter. Why? Because the volume of your chest cavity will increase. Whenever we are inhaling, we are taking a lot of air inside our lungs. That's why the volume of chest cavity will increase. Okay, slightly it will increase. But what happened in exhalation? Volume of chest cavity will decrease. Okay, when we will exhale out air, the volume of chest cavity will decrease. Okay, so this is also one difference. Next, air pressure inside lungs falls down. As when we are inhaling, the volume of lungs or volume of our chest cavity increases, and the pressure, when there will be more pressure, when there will be more air, there will be when there will be clumsiness, there will be more pressure. Means when we are inhaling, the volume of chest cavity increases, and in turn the volume of lungs also increases. So air pressure inside lungs is down, not high. But when we are exhaling out, lungs will little bit compress. That's why the pressure in lungs will be more. So here I have written raise in air pressure. So during inhalation, air pressure will go down, and and during exhalation air pressure will be high. Okay, just remember this. During inhalation process air pressure inside lungs will be less, and during exhalation air pressure inside lungs will be more. Okay, next, it contains air rich in oxygen. It contains air rich in carbon dioxide. It is very simple. As I said, whenever we are inhaling air, we are inhaling oxygen rich air. So here we can write it contains oxygen rich air. But whenever we are exhaling carbon dioxide rich air. Okay, so we can say here the exhalation, the air involved in exhalation contains more amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is how we can compare the process of inhalation and exhalation. This is a very simple topic. Again I am repeating, breathing is a process of inhalation and exhalation, means taking in oxygenated air and releasing out carbon dioxide rich air. Okay, so during inhalation the chest cavity will expand or increase, but during exhalation the chest cavity will go down or it will slightly decrease. You can feel it, you can inhale and exhale just 4-5 times. You do this process by your own, you can feel all these things. Okay, you can find your chest cavity little bit increasing, you can find your rib cage little bit it will come out and move up, but during exhalation your chest rib cage will move inside. Okay, so you repeat this process by your own and you can find all this process happened in inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so this is how the process of breathing takes place. Just relate the topics that we are covering gradually. The first topic we had discussed about respiration, about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. The second topic we had discussed about the organs or the parts involved in respiration. There we had discussed all the parts involved in respiration. If you will miss any of the video, then you cannot understand the next video. So if till now not seen the last one, then again see it, and if forgot also, you again see or again watch that video so that the next topic will be clear to you. Okay, so after discussing the parts involved in breathing, today we are discussing after discussing the parts involved in respiration or the respiratory system, today we are discussing breathing, and today we have discussed about inhalation and exhalation process. So again go through your books. If you got any more doubt in inhalation and exhalation process, you can again ask me, and you can, if you will find any more new point, then also you can share with me. So till then just keep on revising the topics. If not, if forgot to see the last video, or if the topics that we